Hi, I'm James Kiser. I'm the new interim CEO at Holy Cross Medical Center. Been here for a few weeks now. My wife of 30 years, Lori, is here also with me, and we just love it. Great people, great organization. I guess selfishly, I chose Taos. I was actually spending some time with my parents after my last stay at Montrose Memorial Hospital in Southwest Colorado. But when Taos came up as a possibility, I jumped on it. We're both from the Rocky Mountains, grew up in Wyoming, and would be no other place. We have a lot of opportunities at Holy Cross, but with good people, which we have, I think we can make anything happen. Some of the opportunities that we have, I think, is really to create a culture of excellence. I've had a lot of success. I've been a CEO of several hospitals, with several large health systems and in some rural communities throughout Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, even for a short time in a large organization with Providence in Northwest Washington State. But what I found is the only way to be successful is through valuing your people. My approach with our people is through values-based decision-making. It's inclusiveness, involving those impacted by a decision in the decision. And you gain buy-in. You establish a strong sense of pride. People have a say, and therefore they're bought in and more apt to embrace change or improvement initiatives and ensure their success. That's how you perform even financially. People are better stewards of our scarce resources, but at the same time you grow revenue or grow services as a result of the positive patient experience that our community has. We have a very high caliber medical staff. I'm very impressed. And so engaging them along with the leadership of our board, we have opportunity to strengthen relationships with our community. I've met with town council, the mayor, town manager, county manager, county commissioners. We have very active members of our boards that will be helping me get more engaged in our community. And I want to involve them in decisions that impact them, to hear from them on what we can do more of, better, or differently. I also want to acknowledge our auxiliary, our volunteers. I've been in a lot of hospitals, as I mentioned, and I think on a per capita basis, this is the largest auxiliary I've ever been involved with. But most impressive, they're the most engaged I've ever seen. There's a lot of laughter, but most importantly, I think a strong sense of pride, a sense of making a positive difference, and they can be models for all of us. You know, I mentioned values-based decision-making, and while I'm an interim CEO, I hope to apply that same approach in the future in a permanent role. Hope to make Taos our home over time. I have applied for the role permanently. The board has a lot of applicants. Obviously, the natural beauty of the area attracts a lot of people. And so the board's going to be going through that process over the course of this fall and later if needed. Our goal now is to address some opportunities around enhancing our information system and really working to recruit and retain staff, medical staff. There's a national workforce shortage, as you're aware. When we get good people, we want them to have a good, warm, and welcoming experience, as I have had. You know, I know there were times that the board, administration, others will make difficult decisions, often unpopular decisions, but we operate from seeing all sides of the story. And while to protect the privacy of others, we can't share everything, but I want you to know that we will always make those decisions with the best interests of our patients and staff in mind. We never take those kinds of decisions lightly. I shared with the county commissioners, as I'll share this evening with the town council, in our efforts to strengthen relationships, you have my word, we will be more transparent where possible and always involve key stakeholders in decisions that impact us, as I mentioned earlier. You know, there weren't really any huge highlights from the board meeting, this last meeting. But an emphasis from the board, as always, we will work diligently to keep our community well informed. Thank you for taking the time to meet me, though virtually. I'm real, I'm a person, so happy to meet with anyone that has perspective to share, and always listen and inform others and see if we can't make Holy Cross rise to its potential.